Me and this guy right here just did our first $100,000 month in the month of March. I think we hit it on the 25th. It's like the 29th or something right now. We're currently in Las Vegas. We just finished the school games. We met Alex Hermosi, Sam Ovens, the founders of the school. We finished top 10 on the whole school platform for the month of February, I believe. Right, February?
Yeah, February.
And now we're chilling here. We did a little mastermind with them. They helped us with our group a little bit, spit some sauce. We're definitely going to get up to like 150,
No, for
200
sure.
in
By
like
the
the
end
next
of this month is going to be at 150, 200.
Bro, the sauce, these people, like people who have like, people with that much experience in business can give you so much sauce. It's unbelievable. You think you know everything until you start talking to those people, huh?
No, for real. We're like the small fishes in the pond. We're the youngest people there, probably the brokest people there, and it's just a good environment to be in for sure.
Literally, bro, we're at dinner right now. We're probably going to be the brokest people at the whole table. Like, it's
Exactly.
insane.
And that's a good
Anyways,
thing.
it is a good thing. It's an amazing thing. Anyways, I just wanted to go over a little bit what went into this community and ask him from the creator's perspective why he thinks it was successful. From a creator's perspective, what to actually look out for when doing outreach to a creator, like what catches their attention, stuff like that. So first of all, why don't you explain a little bit what you do and like, how about you introduce yourself a little bit and explain what you do.
So my name is Caprice. I'm the owner of Project Capri, a 7-figure clothing brand, and I am an 18-year-old entrepreneur. And I have started a paid community with this man right here that is scaled to 6 figures now a month in recurring revenue. And yeah, so that's basically what I do. I'm good at marketing, influencer marketing, etc. So I teach other brand owners how to scale their business, how to make it more profitable, how to get it out there, how to build fame, how to build your personal brand, all of that. And I also got stuff for like credit leveraging and stuff, everything inside the school.
Yes, sir. So pretty much what he does, he's probably one of the most reputable people in the clothing brand industry. He's done, 7 figures?
7 figures himself.
He's done 7 figures with his clothing brand, still actively running his clothing brand to this day. And when I approached him, I believe he had around 50,000 on Instagram, 50K on IG.
About to hit 100K now.
About to hit 100K on Instagram. It's been a while. It's been like 4 months since we started working together. And at the time when I reached out to him, he was selling these little mentorships, like $500, just give him his phone number, like little stuff like that. So basically I saw that and I came and I helped him systemize it. And now we're where we're at.
Yeah, for sure. As a brand owner, delegating stuff is one of the biggest things possible. I love when I can delegate something. If I can pay him a percentage of how much money I make just so I can do less stuff, then that's great. And what he does is takes all the stress off of everything else, and I just be the face, make the content, bring the people in, and he handles everything else for me.
Yep, exactly. So first of all, let's start from the beginning. What did I do when outreaching that stood out, and why'd you respond to me?
Okay, so he was probably about the 30th person that DM'd me with a call to action, trying to get me to basically trust him, right? But the thing that he did differently was he sent me a Loom video, which a lot of people are doing now, but he sent me a Loom video basically explaining how it would work. And I already was interested in it, but my whole mindset was, that's fun, but maybe I could do it myself. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe let me have someone else run it. So I seen his text, I watched his Loom, and I didn't respond. And then I was just thinking about it for weeks and weeks. It was about 2-3 weeks. And then I just randomly went and found his DM and I texted him back. Now, the thing that really sold me on it, because at first I still wasn't sold, was that he said, I'll hop on a flight right now to Vegas and we can just have a meeting and go over it. So I'm like, okay, he's confident, he's agile, he's trying to get shit done, and that's what I like. So he came all the way down to Vegas. We had a meeting. He was a cool dude. We had a good plan involved. My mom even talked to him and stuff like that. So it looked good. And then I was like, yeah, this is how we're finna turn this shit all the way up, because clothing brand money is good, but monthly recurring revenue is the best revenue. So, well, passive income is the best revenue, but still. So yeah, what he did basically was he was persistent and he was willing to take risks, because he could have came all the way to Vegas, had a meeting with me, and then I just never texted him again when he got back to California. But he took that risk, came out here, and look what it came to.
Yeah, I know, for real. It changed my life. So, bro, I always tell everyone, like, IRL connections are so different, like,
For sure.
So I'm saying, when you meet up with someone IRL and actually show them that you're a real person and you know what you're talking about, like, it's easy to lock in, you know what I'm
Because
saying?
nowadays, as an influencer, a lot of people want to get something from you. They want to get money off you and stuff like that. So when you actually can meet the person and see how they are, I'm really big on energy, and I could read the energy that he's just trying to help me monetize, make more money, and make himself more money, and I'm fine with that. So that's what we did.
Exactly. All right, next thing. Why do you think our community, as we've seen once we started, that a lot of people have tried to copy what we're doing, why do you think our community is the most successful in the clothing brand space? What do you think went into that?
So I feel like our community is the best in the clothing brand space just because of how transparent and genuine I am with everything. So I make it clear up front that this is not a get rich quick scheme. I make it clear what you're gonna get, what we're gonna give. So when people are joining, they already know exactly what they want. And I feel like ours is better is because now what's happening is people get 30K in sales on Shopify and they think they can go mentor people and teach them how to run a brand. I didn't even start mentoring people until I hit 800K in sales. So once I hit 800K in sales, then I started offering a little $500 mentorship. And then by the time he came around, I was at 7 figures in sales. So what happens is people are underqualified. They're getting asked questions and stuff that people need help with that they never even experienced because they haven't went through all those milestones. I've already went through the rough stages. I already went through the not making MOQs. I already went through the manufacturers scamming me. I went through all that already. So I can help people and avoid my customers from doing that. And that's honestly what I think sets the difference. And also we were the pioneers of it. Like nobody had a school before we made a school. There was no other brand owner, anybody in my niche on school before we got on school. And yeah, that's kind of what I do is I set trends and pave the way for the youth.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so what I realized quickly, the reason why I think another thing that went into it, obviously we were the first people to do a school like that. Everyone was selling like, first of all, how I knew he would print is because he already sold to his audience. So this guy I already knew for a fact that he could make money simply because his clothing brand was already successful. He was already selling to his audience, therefore his audience trusted him and they liked what they got. So they're more than happy to spend more money with him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So, and another reason why it was so successful is that everyone in the clothing brand space was selling like their manufacturers or their fucking designers for $50 already.
Right.
So what we did was we gave him all that, all his personal designers, manufacturers, resources, plus group calls, plus the community for $50. Like it's literally a no-brainer.
Literally, if you're a clothing brand owner, it's the best investment that you can make. If you're not willing to invest $50, $75 a month to get endless knowledge from someone that's where you want to be, then you're in the wrong industry.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, bro. Like it's simply just a no-brainer, bro. Especially like with someone like you who has the social proof and stuff like that. Yeah, just to recap everything, I knew he would print. He already sold to his audience, even though he didn't have that many followers at the time. He had done crazy numbers. 3, there was a gap in the market, so no one else was doing something like this. Now it's kind of played out a little bit. Like every clothing brand owner that's done 10K plus is starting a fucking school. So there's so many schools out there. We completely swept the market and we own that market of clothing brand owners.
And I actually kind of feel bad for these new owners that are getting into it thinking that it's just easy monthly recurring revenue, because they don't even know the team we have behind this, the amount of people he's hiring and firing constantly. They don't even know about how some people will try to join the school, get what they want, and then cancel. Then you got to deal with chargebacks, or you got to deal with churning charges. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a lot to it. So I feel like eventually, unless the people that are making schools continue to grow their brands super big, that their schools are going to actually eventually not be profitable.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, I agree. So this is a big question I get, like as a growth operator, whatever you want to call it, is that how do you get the creator to not, after you set it up, not just leave you and do it on their own? So what would you tell people, like what role do I play, and like how does it help you, and why do you think that I'm not saying you can't do it on your own,
right,
but I'm saying like why do you think it's beneficial to have a partner? Because that's a lot of people like, oh, how do I justify my value to the creator?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So basically, like Alex Hermosi said today, he said what you want to do is find one smart individual that's in your niche and then let him hire everybody else. Now, Pierre's not the only person that's working in my school. There's probably about 8 to 10 other people working in my school, right? But what having him is being able to do is we find new stuff that we want to implement today. We probably found about 5 to 7 new things we want to implement today. And all I get to do is kick my feet back and call this dude every 2 days and be like, hey, let me get an update. Hey, let me get an update. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. And also connections. He's getting connections to closers, setters, design coaches, ad coaches that I never even knew, and that I'm not in that space. So I probably would have found someone that was unqualified. Now, what made me not want to, once I get it set up, put him aside is because he's constantly working. It's not like he just sets up my school and now he just sits here and collects revenue all month. He's constantly working, implementing new things, fighting chargebacks, fighting whatever and stuff to keep the school growing. So I know that if I lay him off and I don't have someone either just like him or better to come right behind him, that it's gonna fail. And he believed in me before I was even too big. So why would I just trade him, you know what I'm saying, and try to grab someone else? As long as he's consistently doing stuff to scale the school and as we're staying profitable and he's on his shit, then he'll be here forever.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, like, I think that's a big misconception, like you said earlier with the influencers. Like, they think they're just gonna be able to, like, make a school community, post some modules, and think it's just gonna print money. Like, that's not how it works. Like, I was telling him earlier, like, this is a real business. Like, we have, like, 5-10 people
Right.
working on this thing to keep it actively up and running.
Some
Like, it's,
people are paying their bills monthly off my business.
bro, we literally pay people's bills
Literally.
with this school community. Like, it's a real business. It's not like some shit you slap up and it prints money. Like, it's not how it works. You need a little team. You need people you could trust to hire other people. It's the whole ordeal. So, yeah. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little rundown from the creator's perspective, what to look for in a creator, you know, what makes a creator monetizable and what to do as far as outreach, et cetera, et cetera. So I hope that gave you guys a little rundown on what went into this community hitting $100,000 per month. And I think we'll do like 200, 300 very soon.
For sure. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Drop a like, sub, tap in with this man. You know he's going super far. Peace.
Let's get it.